Welcome, everybody. Day 3 of the TTrades 2-hour challenge. All right. So today, if anyone has been following along in my journal, I did not have the ability to trade in the morning. I go to, don't have to go into it. I have other things going on Wednesdays. So I do not participate on these days. Usually, I still check, when I have time. But the morning session, at least, is harder for me, especially with Top Step X, because I don't have that on the phone. And if I do trade on Wednesdays, it is on the phone. So anyways, let's review price action because, it's good to do anyway, no matter if you trade it or not. The draw on liquidity for the week, as you can see, if we look at the weekly chart here, we hit it. Yay. Draw has been hit. Okay. So, obviously we're bullish on indices. Hella bullish. Like, look at this. This is the weekly chart, guys. End of October till now has just been straight up bull run, right? Last week we put in this dip back into weekly fair value gap. So naturally the first target, or the target this week was to sweep both of these highs, and it did. So cool to see. Bummed I wasn't able to really participate, but it's okay. Shit happens. I was hoping for this move on Tuesday and took my L trying to go for it, when actually it did go down Tuesday. So as you can see, we have an expansion day today on Wednesday. And if we want to break it down, let's go on a 15-minute. And what we want to look at is, was there any hint that we could have gotten that this was going to be the expansion day we're looking for? Yeah, definitely was. So this is end of day yesterday. 6 p.m. So here was the daily open, right? Comes up to new week opening gap, dips around a little bit, comes back down. Asia, basically consolidation, right? Dips down below midnight price a little bit, and we have the start of, so this is really the manipulation move, I think. Down here we can do a little projection, see where that takes us. Our -4 is taking us above previous week high. Now this is from basically Asia. If we want to do another expansion leg to check that out, I think they all come around the same area, which is a good thing when you do this expansion type projection, right? Every manipulation swing, it's good to see them working out to similar type targets. Now this type target is a -1. This was our New York open. Okay, so at New York open, since for this challenge I'm only trading New York open, I'm going to drop to the 5. And then we're going to say, okay, how did it look at New York open, right? We were actually pumping to and through the previous week high. Now we have this previous week high, which is all-time high. Guess I should mark that accordingly. Right, so this was actually all-time high. It was a target, right? It was a draw. But coming into New York 9:30 open, we have the 8:30 open here. I was scoping out these equal lows, but if we're if we're on an expansion move, are we really looking for it to come back through all of these order blocks and stuff and come all the way back here? No, probably not. So, obviously this is hindsight, but we just dropped to this order block here, took out we had a swing low on an order block, took that out and took off, right? If we measure this expansion, we hit the -2 here. So that was a great target for that morning manipulation to the downside, the final swing before the change in state delivery and pump up. Now, if I were trading this on my challenge, oops, deleted the session stuff, I would not have gotten in. So it doesn't really matter that I missed a day because my session also sort of missed the move too. So no worries. We did have a little bit of a chance at a short here, and I'll draw that out. But as far as the morning move goes, there was a chance of a short. If you look here, right, and if we do 2R, it did miss, if you see that. So this would have been from taking previous week high, and putting a change in state delivery right here on the 5-minute, tap back into it, and we miss the 2R if we were to take that on our challenge account, right? Given that we had London low of the day, pretty much. Yeah, because that's not in Asia kill zone. Let me update this just to make sure I'm correct in that. I think I am correct. Yeah, okay, there's Asia kill zone. So yeah, we did have London low of day. That's a good indication that this is a buy day, right? So being a buy day, you could say, yeah, previous week high might be it, but we had that other really big target really close, so probably wouldn't have been smart to take this short. But it would have fit. It would have definitely fit my model, and it would have failed. So sort of glad I was not in there. We had a 9:30 change of state delivery. If we look for change in state of delivery the other way, we get it. It's hard to say that we get it here because, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of choppiness going on. Could you say that this is a change in state of delivery? Maybe. It definitely never gets you back in, right? So it doesn't matter. By the time this one closed, this would have to dip into, and it never does. So it doesn't get you in either way. Is it even valid? I mean, maybe. It does come lower and sweep this low. It actually sweeps this. I didn't notice that until now. Yeah, it just sweep that. So that's interesting. Swing low and a fair value gap. Those are always fucking good, man. Those are always great targets. This would technically be like an inducement, right? So sidetracking here a little bit. What you want to look for on the inducement. Now this quote unquote buy model here is pretty not standard looking. It's tough, but the key here is closing over these highs, I believe, as far as I interpret it. Closing over these highs right here, which leads to a inducement type move at the right time, right? New York kill zone start, inducement type move, swing low in a fair value gap, and I would assume it's also a mitigation area, and it is. You see this green candle there. Look at that. So that would be the mitigation area for that MMXM style close over inducement turtle soup entry, right? Not the easiest entry there. It's actually very tough. But what you could do, I'm sticking with the 5 minute for this challenge, but what you could do if you're anticipating a turtle soup on that low, let's drop to the lower time frames and see if we could spot something to go off of here. Yeah, pretty difficult, to be honest. Pretty difficult to find entry there, other than the turtle soup, right? So this is the 1 minute. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you can basically, so this is not recommended at all, like, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Like, if you know this turtle soup is what you're looking for, like, you're almost 100%, you just want a little bit of extra confirmation, then you could just keep cycling through the lower time frames and find something that fits. I mean, there's a couple things here, right? So let's put a focus on here. I know I'm getting really into the weeds here. We do create a double bottom there, and the sweep is there, right? So this resweep, this is the 30-second chart. Doesn't really give entry here either. So the next thing I would go to is the 10-second. This is definitely dumb, so just don't do it. But I'm just wondering if we did get confirmation somewhere. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough, but you could take this, right? Like, this is a doji. It's not even really a green candle, but it does say it's a green candle. Close over that, change state delivery. You get the same type of thing on this time frame, right? This is a 10-second time frame, and you get the same type of shit. You close over an area, come back, do a little inducement here, right? Just trying to say what you could do. I would not have done that. I would have probably missed this move no matter what time frame I was using, unless I was extremely confident in this turtle soup, and I am not very confident in the turtle soups. But it was a good one. Clearly. Ran off, so we're at 726.50 to 868. It's a pretty good run. It's a pretty good run. Once again, you can kind of project that with this. -2 is a good target with how big that swing is. London manipulation. -4 is here. Yeah, it's hard to say London manipulation because the first manipulation was really here. Yeah. The first manipulation was really there, which puts us firmly in all-time high. And, you know, reasonably, would you, obviously you can take a runner, but you would take TP at all-time high most of the time, right? It's still a good move. 726 to 793. Fucking solid. It's a really solid move. One contract gets you paid quite a bit there. So no shame in taking it out there. But yeah, projections can help sometimes if you're looking for where the run is going to end. I certainly didn't think it was going to push so much further up. Let me try to find, like, it's really tough in the kind of choppiness that we got going on. I know that we had, a lot of times it's good to take a projection from like where we had an SMT. Yeah, I mean, this is tough here, right? Straight down, V up kind of deal. The smart money reversal, I mean, I don't even know where you can say there was one. I guess if there was one, it would be down here for this little bit. But, you know, I don't think we're looking at any kind of traditional buy model here on a lower time frame anyway, unless you drop down to very low time frames. But that's all my interpretation. I don't know. Seems a little choppy, hard to kind of read where exactly this is going, especially now. We're in all-time high space. If we're looking forward to tomorrow, going back to the weekly, now, is this going to be something that it reaches for tomorrow? Who knows? But there's a swing there on the weekly from the only real dip down. Oh, sorry, not the only real dip down, but that little wedge down over the course of end of summer last year, beginning of fall. You can project from that. There's a swing on the daily as well that I think gets you a good projection. And it's not too far from where we are right now. Right? So this would take us to 18,389. 18,389. So still pretty far. But, you know, I don't think it's going to get there tomorrow. But, I mean, we dipped down. We've started a another expansion type of move. And you never know. Projections are there to give you some guidelines. I know there's a lot of people that's all they do is projections, and I'm sure they're very good at it. I'm still learning, so take it as you will. Don't take my projections too seriously. I'm still trying to figure that out, you know. Anyway, we're at all-time highs now. I don't know if like TTrades means to do this stuff, but he just put out a video for propulsion blocks, I believe. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but what I'm seeing is a flippin' propulsion block right now, right? So if I understand correctly anyway, what do we have, right? We have an expansion move, a dip down. During this dip down, what do we create? We create an order block, right? And before we've confirmed that order block, we put in a smaller little order block, I believe, I'll have to watch the video. I just saw it dropped. I believe that would be a propulsion block. So we would want to look for price to come back down into this area before a violent expansion upwards. That's my interpretation. We'll see what happens. Either way, we look to make some money, right? Got to remember our daily profiles, got to remember our weekly profiles. That's been something that I feel like I'm getting closer with, but not trusting fully. And doing a lot of hindsighting, like, of course it was this profile, of course it was that profile. I should have known that. So getting there. Looking forward to trading tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some good setups. Still looking bullish. Still gonna look for a setup in that direction until we break some structure on the daily. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a great day and have a great evening. Happy trading tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye.